Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA. No one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
And look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Minnesota. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
And seeing where Portland is, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Anthony Edwards out there with Garnett. Then it's Gary Payton. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Portland, Chamberlain is out there with Hayes. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Drexler. And it's Stockton in at the guard position. It'll be Portland off the tip. Pippen outside. Back to Stockton. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Payton can't get it to go. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Portland.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
4 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Drexler. Pass to Hayes. Portland moving the ball around. To the middle. Tries yet again. Pippen, no luck. Minnesota with the ball. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow. And Stockton drops them both. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Here's Stockton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Stockton's got 6.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Payton. Fades and shoots. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
Drexler drawing the double team. Stockton outside. A 3-ball. Nailed from three-point land. He's got 9. Now expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more city and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, a great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific. McHale, he checked in for the Rockets. Rose comes in for Peyton. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. But there's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title, and you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B. Teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Minnesota shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap's numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Now, here's Stockton. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Havlicek missing.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Rose, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And such a tough cover off the dribble is Derrick Rose. When he stops short for the pull-up, you're really at his mercy.
Minnesota trails by 3. Here's Curry. Clyde Drexler grabs the miss.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Stockton against Rose. Pass to Pettit. Drexler right side. Here's Pettit from downtown. And a great assist by Drexler as that one goes in.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Rose. Get the teardrop.
You know, some might say Hayes plays the game angry, and there was definitely something angry about his defense there. What an emphatic rejection.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And here's Stockton. He's got 9. Pass to Pettit. The tray. And the three ball is good. Pettit's got 6.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady.
The previous play is under the rebound.
They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands.
And even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fella.
And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front, up by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
So on the floor for Minnesota, White is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Kevin McHale. Then there's Edwards. And it's Yao in at the center, locking down the middle. This is his first free throw of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider, but clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I took.
So connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
Now, here's Rose. After the miss from Walt Frazier. Rose, that's good. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Chamberlain. Back to Havlicek. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Drexler, he's checked in for Portland. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Minnesota. Frazier scanning the floor. Pippen with it. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Pippen's got his first bucket in this one. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix, but they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. To the inside. Here's McHale. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pippen outside. Down low. Here's Drexler. Rebound, Minnesota.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Now here's Peyton. After the miss from Clyde Drexler. Edwards. It's hauled in by Frazier. Pippen with it. This game we saw him score 13. Pass to Chamberlain. To the paint. Trying to find Drexler. He's got it now. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Minnesota trails by 4. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. And here's Pippen, following the three-pointer by Gary Payton. Frazier with a screen on Edwards. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Making the effort to create for his team. Pippen uses the pick and roll flawlessly.
Outside, Payton. Rose sets the screen for Payton. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Portland leading by 3. Inside. Here's Chamberlain. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Pippen's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And what a treat it was to have Shams stop by. He's definitely become part of the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't need a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
He's checked in for Portland. Stockton comes in for Frazier. The Rockets also changing it up. Porzingis comes in for McHale. And Curry subbed in for Rose. We've got 1:13 left now here in the second. Payton finds Porzingis. Outside Curry. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
From deep, Drexler. Garnett grabs the board. Minnesota trails by 5. Outside Curry. Curry making it look so easy.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Pippen, no luck. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Minnesota. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Fires it up. Again, Curry missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Drexler scanning the floor. Outside Pippen from outside the arc. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Portland leads by only 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And it's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot. Nice try. One more time. A round of applause.
Welcome, folks. EJ alongside Shaq and Kenny. First up, here are the players of the week. What do you think about our Eastern Conference winner?
Plenty of LOVE. That's what you can do about this game. Love it. Because that combination of skill and size, man, that big fella is taking care of business. Game in and game out.
Yeah, and that really, that CONSISTEN.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, consistency.
There you go.
That's what it's all about.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. John Stockton really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. They've got Pippen. Stockton is out there with Drexler. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Hayes in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Edwards, and finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And for Portland, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Here's Curry, following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain. The shot by Curry, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
at the numbers for Edwards. Great showing for him last season. He was around 26 points per game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
Now here's Porzingis, still without a basket. With the floater. Good! Edwards mixing it up inside. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
The free throw drops for Drexler. Both free throws good from Drexler.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Curry passes to Garnett. Payton against Drexler. Payton kicks to Garnett. And Garnett with those slams.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of it.
Stockton dishes to Hayes. Portland moving the ball around. Pass to Chamberlain. Over Porzingis. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Chamberlain got 4 points in the quarter.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
Yeah, there's not much else the defender can do there.
Now here's Edwards. 6 points for him. And Garnett with the slam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Drexler against Payton. And finished off by Drexler.
Just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leap in ability, the creativity once in air, that's elite level stuff.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And here's Hayes after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Chamberlain a screen. 5 to shoot. Hayes the pass to Chamberlain. Deep 2 from Pippen. Portland with a new 14. Chamberlain with a screen on Payton. Drexler drives in. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Garnett's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Payton's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Hayes finds Drexler. Now here's Pippen. Now here's Chamberlain. Headed by Porzingis. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Portland shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. No good on that one. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Yao checked in for Porzingis. McHale comes in for Garnett. Whitey's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Rose in for Curry. So we can't get either to fall. Minnesota in the lead. Here's White. The rebound by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 4 rebounds in this game. Frazier the pass to Kuzi. Here's Pettit. He's guarded by McHale. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from 16. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Rockets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Now Edwards. Yao with a screen on Havlicek. For 3, Edwards. No good on the last second attempt there. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Rockets lead by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Portland trailing here. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rose is out there with Payton. Then there's McHale. It's Garnett, and it's White in at the 3. Pass to Frazier, and it's Pippen in the corner. Hands the shot from the wing. And Portland leads by 1.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Now here's White. Payton looking it over. Here's Garnett. Comes up empty down low. And it's Drexler with the ball for Portland. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And that one drops for him.
Well, after that tough first half, you hoped he'd find his way to bounce back and get things going here in the second.
Garnett with a screen on Frazier. Rose attacking out to White. McHale setting the pick for Payton. No good on the triple. Portland leading by 3. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And Rose throws it down hard.
And when Rose goes on the attack, he stays on the attack, fights his way through the contact.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
Section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the last.
Some changes for Minnesota. Porzingis is checked in for McHale. Edwards comes in for White, and Curry subbed in for Rose. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Chauncey Billups coaching up his team during that break. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now here's Stockton. Back to Hayes. Kicks it out to Drexler. Garnett grabs the board.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Deflects the pass. Edwards can't hit. Portland leading by 3. On the wing, Drexler, covered by Payton. Back to Pippen. High post, Chamberlain. Pass to Hayes. Portland needs to get off a shot. A three, Pippen. Portland again missing. Minnesota trails by 3. Curry kicks to Edwards. To tie it up. Edwards on target. Drills it from way out there.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Payton against Drexler. Over Payton. Drexler outside. He can't get that one to fall. Rockets are gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Curry way outside. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Stockton outside. Drexler passes to Hayes. Stockton with no one around him. Portland no good that time either.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Kicks it out to Garnett. Singis passes to Garnett. Here's Edwards. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Edwards brings so much power to his game inside.
Drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Now, here's Stockton. Pass to Pippen. Laces one from 3.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. .41 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And it's Drexler with the ball for Portland. It drops, and that bucket ignites the crowd.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Guys, what are their best options now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
.29 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Edwards. It's good.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Drexler. It's in!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here is Edwards. Porzingis with a screen on Pippen. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. No good from three-point territory. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First team foul.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.